2, 1, 0.
I shouldn't have gone if I hadn't been, says I to her across the years. Well, you did go, says she, and there's no use taking umbrage because you think you've been sent to Coventry. Little snot, she'd probably call me, if she could see half the things I've done. Turning my back on the place that spawned me, now returned cup in hand like some reluctant, ill-prepared, prodigal great-grandson. I can see her now, far cotton Nana. Indomitable spirit, jaw tight, set, shut, blue rinse determination. Old eyes, through these, look back across the gap of generations. Did she see me wandering these streets in whole-soled, hobnail boots, looking for my route and finding only cheap imported imitation? Like Tamlin or Thomas of Ercildoune, blank-eyed and lost, looking for my silver spoon, spat out by fairyland, paradise lost in the USA. Is this where I'll make my stand, beneath a neon cross outside the old ABC? Here, at the crossroads, a deer is struck, and all the old ghosts return. Last judgment for a market town, the living and the dead will burn. Down Abington Street, outside the library, one of the ghosts is sat. The rejected spectre of my nan's old tormentor, great-granddaddy, Uncle Pat. Here in his ghostly presence I try to begin again, as in rejection he did carve his end, wandering, hapless, aimless, lost. Of cruelty to womankind we learn in tandem, this is the cost. But not just personally am I bereft. Where's her Northampton, the one I left? Time's wheel did grind on, and all past Northamptons now blur as one. No beer agency on Derby Road, it was her old grocer's shop. Now no abode for living or dead, nowhere for my soul to drop. This is landscape familiar, but it lives only inside my head, populated by dark denizens in punk Victorian garb, black velvet-clad white-faced femme fatale, top-hatted wizardry in nook and cranny overlays the boot shoe town of my granny. Taking tea in Co-op Arcade, Earl Grey perhaps, but not a whiff of latte. No prejudice intended, but only politically correct minds could get offended by this nostalgia. It's hard to find a cause for what's gone wrong, just like my nan's neuralgia. I know everyone thinks their time was best, perhaps because it's our youth's energy we invest, only now to be consumed by this ill wind and what it blows in from the west. Albion takes one in the chest, dying in a sea of foreign tongue. I'm reminded of old Babylon. She is returned seemingly triumphant to capture this Jerusalem, but it's only old Northampton. And as I wandered just last night with my ma in glory's twilight, past burnt out cars and shut down bars, there we saw the top of the town, half peeled like some beached crustacean, a symbol of all that was and all that won't be, where we gothed it up and did celebrate. Like the occultique and the friary calf, like spinner disc and peacock way, like Cinderella's Rockefellers or the Lounge, or was it Secrets or Panache, like R Price Records or the Emporium Arcade, like the Bunny Run or Fagin's or the Salon, like everything has its day and all these things too shall pass, but in my mind did not fade away, like Little John or Old Tom Hall or the Rastas that had sit on the road mender wall when not ensconced in young people's hall. An old acquaintance that I forgot, I come here to celebrate them all, to give respect to my root, to gather ghosts at this here moot, lest all these things be forgotten, for old Northampton, for Nana Cotton.
Action!